Hello, and welcome back to my channel. I don't know if you know this, but most children with severe disabilities, physical or otherwise, are put in orphanages and other institutions even to this day. Not so much in the United States and the United Kingdom, thanks to disability rights organizations like ADAPT and the Disabled Action Network or DAN, but in parts of the world where human rights violations still happen. When I traveled to Jamaica for a Christmas vacation with my dad and two brothers, I was reminded of just how fortunate we are to we can have people with disabilities in power instead of being warehoused. Jamaica was for the most part inaccessible except for the airport, and even then, they only had remote stands, not jet bridges. I am reminded that when a child with a physical disability is born in a place like China or Russia, or in an oppressive country, a hospital social worker is too quick to suggest placing him or her in the care of the government in an orphanage. Of course, the naive parents would agree to this deadly arrangement because the government knows best, or so they claim. So the new parents go home childless and the child gets a one-way ticket to an institution. These institutions are far worse off than the ones here in the United States. They have very little to no governmental regulations and oversight. As a result, orphans with disabilities are bullied by other orphans as well as the staff abuses and neglect them, and they are not held accountable. A boy with a disability that I know would hoard food in his room because the other orphans would take his food. When he was rescued by a disabled lesbian who lives in Pittsburgh, he used to hide food in his bedroom. This, of course, led to some uninvited guests invading the house. They had to call an exterminator. His mom had to reassure him that they would feed him no matter what, which is very sad when you think about it. Nobody should ever have to hide food. This boy grew up, got a job, and has his own apartment. What a gift he is. When Pope Francis, the so-called leader of the Roman Catholic Church, said that children deserve a mother and a father, I reply no, they do not. He is wrong, but you have to remember he is only human with his own opinions. If it was not for that lesbian woman adopting that little boy with cerebral palsy and epilepsy and bringing him to the United States, he probably would not have made it to adulthood. I do not know if he would have made it past his teenage years if he stayed in Russia. Therefore, his adoptive mom truly saved his life. This is why Catholics and the wider Christian community must reject the Pope and his barbaric teachings, for if they are for life, they should be for all life, not just the ones that they consider as, quote, normal. We must accept that when God created Adam and Eve, he also created Adam and Steve. We must defend all marriages and realize when they attack same-sex marriage, they are inching ever closer to attacking interracial marriage. We must realize that the canonized Bible was written and translated by mostly straight men who leave certain things out and twist the truth, that is truth, with a capital T, to serve their own bigoted agenda. I know this won't happen, but I can only dream. However, we must remember, as hard it is, the words that Jesus prayed, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done." It is not the will of man, but the will of God. The Christian God is a God of equality, not a God of division and bigotry. Adoption is a wonderful thing. It gives an unwanted child a chance to find a forever family. We must remember that families come in all shapes and sizes. To deny a child the basic right of a family based on your own bigoted beliefs is one of the unholiest things that a person can do. It isn't what God wants, but what a man wants. Someday, I hope to adopt a child. However, I have to find the man of my dreams first. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you soon.